are involved in the coagulation of blood. Three steps are involved in the coagulation of blood. Three steps involved in the coagulation of blood. Blood. First step, formation of prothrombin activator. Already చెప్పాను అయిపోయింది ఇది. First step, formation of prothrombin activator. Formation of prothrombin activator. It is formed by two types of pathways: intrinsic pathway and extrinsic pathway. So last class is about intrinsic pathway and extrinsic pathway. Okay, right. Next step two. Okay. Second step. Prothrombin activator converts the prothrombin into thrombin. Prothrombin activator converts the prothrombin into thrombin. This is second step also over in last class. Prothrombin activator converts the prothrombin into thrombin with the help of calcium. Okay, right. With the help of calcium. Next, third step. This thrombin converts the soluble fibrinogen into soluble fibrin monomer. This thrombin converts the soluble fibrinogen into soluble fibrin monomers. Soluble fibrin monomers. Okay. These soluble fibrin monomers, which are together by weak hydrogen bond. Next, fibrin stabilizing factor. Fibrin stabilizing factor. Okay, so it is nothing but factor 13. Okay, so factor 13. Fibrin stabilizing factor, nothing but factor 13. Released from platelets. Okay, fibrin stabilizing factor, nothing but factor 13, released from platelets. These fibrin stabilizing factor or factor 13 replaces the hydrogen bonds with covalent bond. Okay, so this factor replaces the hydrogen bonds with covalent bond. So cross links the fibers. The fibers, these are cross linked. Cross links the fibers. Okay. So cross links the fibers ultimately to form a mesh-like structure, ultimately to form a mesh. Mesh and mesh means web. Okay, so voila, network. Okay, so when cross links the fibers, nothing but all fibers are unit with one another. Cross links the fibers is nothing but all fibrin fibers are unit with one another to form a mesh-like structure. Okay, in the mesh-like structure, all blood cells undergoes trapped. Okay, so stops the blood bleeding at the site of injury. At the site of injury. Okay, right. So this is over the coagulation of blood. Okay, so the process of coagulation of blood is called hemostasis. Hemostasis, right? The process of coagulation of blood is called hemostasis. Hemo. Okay. When injuries occur on the blood vessel, within 3 to 5 minutes, stops the blood bleeding. Nothing but within 3 to 5 minutes, coagulation is occur. Blood coagulation is occur. When injury is formed on the blood vessel, within 3 to 5 minutes, blood coagulation is occur. Okay. What is the main uses of blood coagulation? Prevent the loss of blood. So prevent the loss of bleeding of blood. Next, prevent the entry of microbes into blood circulation, and ultimately uh, save the life. And ultimately save the life. These are uses of blood coagulation. Uses of blood coagulation. Okay, right. Next, in the process of blood coagulation, nothing but in the hemostasis, okay, 13 factors are involved. 13 factors are involved. So come to 13 factors in the process of blood coagulation. 13 factors in the process of blood coagulation. Thirteen factors in the process of blood coagulation. This is most important need point of view bit. Okay, right. 13 factors are involved in the process of blood coagulation. Okay, right. Next one, fibrinogen. First one, factor one, factor one, fibrinogen. Next, factor two, prothrombin. Prothrombin. Next, factor three, thromboplastin. Thromboplastin. Okay. Next, factor four, calcium ion. Calcium ions. Factor 4, calcium ions. Okay. Next one, factor 5, proaxillary. Factor 5, proaxillary. Proaxillary. Factor 5, proaxillary. Okay. So next, factor 6 is absent. Okay. So according to new process of blood coagulation. Okay. So factor 16, factor 6 is absent. Factor 6 is absent. Okay. Next, factor 7. Factor 7. What is the scientific name of factor 7? What is the scientific name of factor 7? Proconverting. Proconverting. pro, okay. So this factor play an important role in extrinsic pathway. Most important. Okay. So factor 7 is nothing but proconvertin. Proconvertin play an important role in dash extrinsic pathway. Extrinsic pathway of formation of prothrombin activator. Prothrombin activator. Okay. So prothrombin activator is formed by two ways, right? Two pathways. First pathway, intrinsic pathway. Second pathway, extrinsic pathway. Extrinsic pathway. Okay. So this factor play an important role in extrinsic pathway of formation of prothrombin activator. Prothrombin activator. Okay. So factor 8, factor 7 is nothing but prothrombin. Next to factor 8. Okay. So factor 8. Anti-hemophilic factor. Okay. Factor 8, anti-hemophilic factor. Anti-hemophilic factor. Anti-hemophilic factor. Anti-hemophilic reserve factor 8. Okay. Uh, factor 9. Factor 9. Factor 9. Plasma thromboplastin component. Plasma thromboplastin component. Plasma thromboplastin. Commonly called PTC. Plasma. T means thromboplastin. Thromboplastin. T means component. Okay. Component. Component. Plasma thromboplastin is simply called PTC. Okay. So PTC. So factor 9. Next factor 10. Factor 10. Factor 10. Stewart factor. Stewart Prower factor. Simply called Stewart factor. Stewart. Stewart Prower factor. So factor 10 is nothing but Stewart Prower. Next factor 11. Factor 11. Okay. Plasma thromboplastin antecedent. PTA. What is meant by PTC? Plasma thromboplastin component together. PTA. Plasma thromboplastin antecedent. PTA. Plasma thromboplastin antecedent. A means antecedent. Factor 11. Plasma thromboplastin antecedent. Thromboplastin plasma. T means thromboplastin. Plasma thromboplastin. A means antecedent. Plasma thromboplastin and PTA. Plasma thromboplastin. Okay. Next factor 11 is nothing but plasma thromboplastin. Next factor 12. Okay. So factor 12. Hegman's factor. Factor 12. Hegman's factor or Hedgemann's factor. Hegman's factor. Hegman's or Hedgemann's factor. Okay. Next last factor 13. Fibrin stabilizing. Okay. Factor 13. Okay. Fibrin stabilizing factor. Fibrin stabilizing fibrin stabilizing. Okay, it is simply called FSF. Okay, so SF, yes, first one FSF, FSF. ఒకసారి ఈ బిట్ ఒకసారి ఇవ్వడం జరిగింది, కొంచెం జాగ్రత్త. ఓకే, ఫ్యాక్టర్ 13 సైంటిఫిక్ నేమ్. ఓకే, సో ఆప్షన్స్ ఎలా ఉన్నాయంటే దిస్ వన్ PTC, this one PTA. Okay, so PTA. Next one proconvertin. Next FSF. FSF means fibrin stabilizing factor. Fibrin stabilizing factor. Okay, so these 13 factors are involved in the process of blood coagulation. Is nothing but hemostasis. Okay, so please listen carefully. Once again repeat. Factor 1 fibrinogen. Next factor 2 prothrombin. Okay, factor 3 thromboplastin. Factor 4 calcium ions. Next factor 5 proaxillerin. Factor 6 is absent. Okay, so factor 6 is absent. Factor 7 proconvertin. Factor 8, okay, anti-hemophilic factor. Anti-hemophilic factor. It is simply called anti-hemophilic factor. Okay, it is simply called AHF. AHF. AHF is nothing but factor 8. Anti-hemophilic factor is nothing but factor 8. Next factor 9. PTC, nothing but plasma thromboplastin component. Plasma thromboplastin component. Next, factor 10, Stewart-Prower factor. Stewart-Prower factor. Okay, so it is simply called SPF. Okay, SPF. SPF. Stewart-Prower factor. Next, PTA, plasma thromboplastin antecedent. Nothing but factor 11. Next factor 12, Ekman's factor. Ekman's factor. Factor 13, FSF. Nothing but fibrin stabilizing factor. Okay, so these 13 factors are involved. Which factor is absent? Factor 6 is absent. Factor 6 is absent in the process of blood coagulation. Okay, right. This is over the detailed account of process of blood coagulation. Next, in this body fluid and circulation, nothing but 2A, only one topic is remains. The topic is called lymph. Okay, I will start today lymph. What is the lymph? Once the extracellular fluid is enters into lymph vessels and lymph capillaries, that one constitute the lymph. Okay, so lymphatic system. Okay, come to diagram. The small diagram. This is the lymphatic system. Next one, come to the labeling. So this is the lymph vessel. Lymph vessel. Next to lymph capillary. This is the lymph capillary. Lymph capillary. Next to venule. These are venules. Venule. Next to red arteriole. These are arteriole. These are arterioles. Okay. Right. Next to extracellular fluid and lymph. This is extracellular. These are extracellular. Extracellular. Yes, ECF. Extracellular fluid. Okay. This one also extracellular. Extracellular fluid. Okay. Right. So, next, once the extracellular fluid is enters into, once the extracellular fluid or tissue fluid is enters into lymph capillaries. Lymph capillaries. This is tissue. Once the extracellular fluid is enters into lymph capillaries and lymph vessels, that one constitutes the lymph. That one constitutes the lymph. Okay. That is first definition. What is defined lymph? Defined lymph. Okay, 2 marks most important. Once extracellular fluid or tissue fluid. Extracellular fluid or tissue fluid. ఎక్కడ ఉంటుంది tissue fluid? ఇక్కడ ఉంటుంది. Okay. So, outside of the cells. These are cells. A fluid which is present outside of the cell is called extracellular fluid. Okay. So this one is extra. This one is extracellular. A fluid which is present outside of cell. Red cell. These are cells. These are. This one is extracellular. Extracellular fluid or tissue fluid or tissue. Extracellular fluid, a fluid which is present outside of the cell. This is cell, red mark cell. Okay, so red cell outside of the cell. The fluid which is present outside of the cells is called extracellular fluid or tissue fluid or tissue fluid. Okay, right. Once the extracellular fluid or tissue fluid is enters into lymph capillaries and lymph vessels called lymph. Called lymph. Okay. So now come to the total matter about extracellular fluid. Okay. Right. First point. Lymphatic system. First definition. Definition 2 marks most important bit. Okay. So దీంట్లోంచి వస్తే ఒక 2 marks బిట్ వస్తుంది అంతే. ఓకే. సో లేకుంటే అది కూడా రాదు. ఆ 2 marks బిట్ ఏది ఇంపార్టెంట్ అంటే lymph. What is the lymph or define lymph? Once extracellular fluid is enters into lymph capillaries and lymph vessels. That one constitutes the lymph. Okay. Lymphatic system is a extensive network of thin-walled vessels. Extensive network. Inta kuda extensive network of thin-walled vessels that arises as blind-ended. That arises as blind-ended lymph capillaries. Blind-ended lymph capillaries. Okay. So, all lymph capillaries are unit with one another to form lymph vessels. Okay. So lymph 1, 2, 3. Lymph capillaries are unit with one another. Lymph capillaries are unit with one another to form lymph vessels. To form lymph vessels. Okay. So these lymph capillaries drains the lymph into venous system. Drains the lymph into venous system. Okay. So these lymph capillaries drains అంటే గిన పారుదల పారించడం. Okay, move చేయడం. So these lymph capillaries drains the lymph into veins through lymph vessels. Through lymph vessels. Okay, right. Next, lymphatic system is open type of circulation. Lymphatic system is open type of circulation. Okay. So, lymphatic system is open type of circulation. Okay. Next one, lymph capillary. Lymph capillary. Lymph capillaries are microscopic. Lymph capillaries are microscopic. Okay. Closed ended tube. Microscopic. Closed ended. Closed ended tubule, which forms a vast network in intercellular space. It forms a vast network in intercellular space. Intercellular space. Okay. Okay. Intercellular space. What is intercellular space? The space which is present among the cells. The space which is present among the cells. So among the cells. Okay. So it is among the space which is present among the cells. Among the is called intercellular space. Okay. Lymph capillaries are microscopic ended, blind ended tubules. Okay. So blind ended tubules which forms a vast network in intercellular space. Intercellular space. Okay. The wall of lymph capillary is made up of reticuloendothelial cells with porous junction. The wall of lymph capillary is made up of reticuloendothelial cells with porous junction. Wall of lymph capillary is made up of reticuloendothelial. This is most important objective point of view. Okay. Lymph capillary is made up of reticuloendothelial with porous junction. With porous junction. Nothing but only porous is called reticuloendothelial cells with pores. Okay. So through the pores, through the pores, intercellular fluid through the pores. ఇక్కడ pores ఉంటాయి. Okay. So lymph capillary is made up of reticuloendothelial cells with pores. Pores. Okay. So, minute pores. Okay. Pores. Pores. Through the pores, extracellular fluid. Through the pores. These are through the pores. Extracellular fluid through the pores. Extracellular fluid, proteins, microorganisms, organisms, some absorbed fat, absorbed fat, absorbed fat, extracellular fluid, proteins, microorganisms, absorbed fat, okay, can easily enters into lymph capillary. Okay, so lymph capillary. Okay, so this is most important point. Lymph capillaries are made up of reticuloendothelial cells with porous junction. Through the pores, extracellular fluid, proteins, microorganisms, absorbed fat can easily enters into lymph capillary. Easily enters into lymph easily enters into lymph capillary. Okay, so ముందే చెప్పాను, once extracellular fluid is enters into lymph capillary, once extracellular fluid is enters into lymph capillary and lymph vessel, that one constitute the lymph, that one constitute the lymph. Okay, right. So in the extracellular fluid, nothing but in the lymph, what is it? Once the extracellular fluid is enters into ఇక్కడ వేసాను కదా బాణపు గుర్తు యారో ఇక్కడ వస్తుంది. ఓకే, extracellular fluid is enters into lymph capillary and lymph vessel, that one constitute the lymph. In the lymph, these following components are present. It start bit to model. In the lymph, these following components are present: extracellular fluid, protein, microorganism, absorbed fat. Okay, so absorbed fat is nothing but glycerols and fatty acids. This point you have to remember. Absorbed fat, nothing but glycerols and fatty acids. Glycerols and fatty acids. So come on, right? Absorbed fat is nothing but glycerols and fatty acids. Fatty acids and okay. This is absorbed fat. So absorbed fat present in the form of dash in lymph. ఈ విధంగా bits is okay. In the lymph, absorbed fat present in the form of dash glycerols and fatty acids. Glycerols and fatty acids. Okay. Next one. ఇంకా మనం అబ్జర్వ్ చేసినట్లయితే lymph capillaries, ముందే చెప్పాను, lymph capillaries are unit with one another to form lymph vessel. This lymph vessel is leads into lymph duct. Lymph vessel is opens into lymph duct. మనకు అన్ని పార్ట్స్ ఇక్కడ కనిపించవు, వాడు ఇచ్చిన డయాగ్రామ్ లో అన్ని పార్ట్స్ మనకి ఇక్కడ కనిపించవు. రైట్, ఇక్కడ వేస్తాం lymph cap. LC means lymph capillary. Lymph capillaries merge, nothing but unit with one another to form lymph vessel. Okay, this lymph vessel leads into lymph duct. Okay. Lymph capillaries are unit with one another to form lymph vessel. Lymph vessel is leads to lymph duct. Okay, so this is the sequence. This is the lymph capillaries are unit with one another to form lymph vessel. Lymph vessel leads to lymph duct. But nothing but lymph vessels unit with one another to form lymph duct. That is correct method. Okay. So, next one. The wall of lymph vessel and lymph duct. The wall of lymph vessel and lymph duct are same to those of veins. The wall of lymph vessel and lymph duct is same to those of veins. This is vein. And provided with walls. ఎందుకు సేమ్ అని చెప్పినాం? Because of presence of valves. Inside the lymph vessels, lymph duct and veins. Okay, in last class Veins are valvular. Okay, so because of double folding of reticulum layer, okay, or nothing but endothelium layer. Okay, endothelium layer undergoes double folded to form valve inside the vein. Last class told. Last class told. So veins are valvular. Veins are valvular, but arteries are avalvular. Lack of valve inside the arteries. So arteries are avalvular. Avalvular. Absence of valve. Nothing but avalvular. Avalvular. Okay. The wall of lymph vessel and lymph duct are same to those of veins, to those of veins, uh, and provided with valves, and provided with valves, valve, valve, provided with valves inside the lymph vessels, lymph duct, and veins, and veins. But valves are absent in lymph capillaries. This point you have to remember, don't forget. Okay. So, valves are absent in lymph capillaries. Valves are present in lymph vessels, lymph ducts, and veins. And veins. So, these three are similar to those of veins. Okay. So, these three are similar due to the presence of valves there inside. Valves there inside. Okay, right. Next one. The smooth muscles are present on the wall of smooth muscles are present on the wall of these capillaries. Nothing but lymph vessels, lymph duct, and veins. Okay. So inside the lymph vessels, lymph ducts, and veins, smooth muscles are present due to the contraction and relaxation of smooth muscles on the wall of lymph vessels, lymph duct, and veins. Peristaltic movement is occur. Peristaltic movement. What is peristaltic movement? Wave-like movement. Due to the contraction and relaxation of smooth muscles on the wall of lymph vessels, lymph duct, and veins, a wave-like movement. Nothing but a peristaltic movement is occur. Due to the effect of peristaltic movement, okay, due to the peristaltic movement, lymph flow towards neck region, towards neck region. Okay, so lymph flow towards neck region. Okay, so neck వైపుకు lymph flow అవుతుంది. Okay, right. Next one. All the lymph vessels from lower part of the body. All the lymph vessels from lower part of the body. Lower part of the body is nothing but abdomen and hind limbs. Lower part of the body is nothing but abdomen and hind limbs. Okay. All the limbs from lower part of the body supplies the lymph into thoracic duct. Supplies the lymph into thoracic. Thoracic duct. Okay. All the lymph vessels from lower part of the body supplies lymph into thoracic duct. Thoracic duct is the largest lymphatic duct. Thoracic duct is the largest lymphatic duct in the human body. This is most important. Thoracic. Thoracic duct is largest lymphatic duct. Largest lymphatic duct or vessel. Thoracic duct is considered largest lymphatic duct or largest lymphatic vessel. Largest lymphatic duct or largest lymphatic vessel. This thoracic duct is also called left lymphatic duct, left lymphatic duct and chyliferous chyliferous. Most important bit, thoracic duct is the largest lymphatic duct or largest lymphatic vessel. Largest lymphatic vessel. Okay. thoracic duct is also called left lymphatic duct. Left lymphatic duct. Left lymphatic duct or chyliferous duct. Chyliferous. Chyliferous. Most important bit nana జాగ్రత్తగా చూసుకోండి. Okay. Thoracic duct is also called left lymphatic duct or chyliferous duct. Chyliferous duct. It supplies the lymph into venous system. Okay. So these thoracic duct or left lymphatic duct or chyliferous duct. ఏది ఇచ్చినా ఒకటి. Thoracic duct is also called left lymphatic duct or chyliferous duct. బట్ మనం ఏది మూడిట్లో ఏది చెప్తున్నా ఒకటే. సో this one, this one also same. So this lymphatic duct or left thoracic duct or left lymphatic duct or chyliferous duct supplies the lymph into venous system. Okay. So, at the junction point of left internal jugular vein and left subclavian. Left internal jugular vein. At the junction point of left internal jugular vein, left internal jugular vein and left subclavian. Left subclavian. Okay. This is most important bit. Thoracic duct or left lymphatic duct or chyliferous duct. Supplies M-ties అన్నది book లో. M-ties means supplies. Supplies lymph into venous system. Okay. So at the junction of left internal jugular vein and left subclavian vein. Okay. So అంటే this thoracic duct supplies lymph at the junction of left internal jugular vein and left subclavian vein. Okay. So, left subclavian vein. This is most important bit. చాలా సార్లు రావడం జరిగింది కొంచెం ఆబ్జెక్టివ్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూ గుర్తుపెట్టాలి. thoracic duct supplies lymph to dash అని ఇస్తాను. thoracic duct or left lymphatic duct or chyliferous duct supplies lymph into dash. Left internal jugular vein, left subclavian vein. Left internal jugular vein and left subclavian vein of venous system. Okay. So of venous system. This is most important bit nana. Okay. So మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి చెప్తాను జాగ్రత్తగా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. Thoracic duct. It is considered the largest lymphatic duct. Thoracic duct is also called left lymphatic duct or chyliferous duct. So this thoracic or left lymphatic or chyliferous duct supplies lymph into left internal jugular vein and left subclavian vein of venous system. This is most important bit. Okay, right. Lymph collected from this one. So lymph collected from left side of head, neck, left side of head, neck, thorax, arm. Okay. So lymph collected from left side of head, neck, thorax, arm and enters into thoracic. Okay. So మరి ఎక్కడికి వెళ్తుంది అది thoracic duct లోకే ఉంటారు. ఓకే. సో ఎక్కడి నుంచి సేకరించినటువంటి లింపు lymph collected from left side of head, neck, thorax and arm enters into thoracic or left lymphatic or calypherous duct. Okay, right. Next, lymph collected from this right side of head, neck, thorax, arm. Okay, so lymph collected from right side of head, neck, thorax, arm. Okay, and enters into right right lymphatic duct. Right lymphatic duct. Okay, so lymph collected from right side of head, neck, thorax and arm enters into right lymphatic duct. Right lymphatic duct. Okay, lymph from right and left lymphatic duct. Lymph from right and left lymphatic duct is enters into venous system. మనకి పోతుంది ఈ యొక్క రైట్ లెఫ్ట్ ఇది కదా లెఫ్ట్ లింఫాటిక్ డక్ట్. లెఫ్ట్ లింఫాటిక్ డక్ట్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ థొరాసిక్ డక్ట్. చాలా సార్లు చెప్పడం జరిగింది. లెఫ్ట్ లింఫాటిక్ డక్ట్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ థొరాసిక్ డక్ట్. లెఫ్ట్ లింఫాటిక్ డక్ట్ ఆర్ కైలిఫెరస్ డక్ట్ నథింగ్ బట్ థొరాసిక్. ఏ వర్డ్ వాడినా ఒకటే. ఓకే, సో లింప్ ఫ్రమ్ లెఫ్ట్ లింఫాటిక్ డక్ట్ అండ్ రైట్ లింఫాటిక్ డక్ట్ ఎంటర్స్ ఇంటూ వీనస్ సిస్టమ్. ఓకే, వీనస్ సిస్టమ్. మరి ఏ వీనస్ సిస్టమ్ లోకి, ఏ పాయింట్ దగ్గర ఉన్నటువంటి వీనస్ సిస్టమ్ లోకి? అట్ ద జంక్షన్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ రైట్ సబ్క్లేవియల్ వీన్, ఇంటర్నల్ జుగులార్. రైట్ సబ్క్లేవియల్ వీన్ అండ్ ఇంటర్నల్ జుగులార్. Lymph from left and right lymphatic duct. Lymph from left అంటే thoracic or calypherous. Lymph from left and right left lymphatic duct. Left lymphatic lymph from left lymphatic duct and right lymphatic duct. Right lymphatic lymph from left lymphatic duct and right lymphatic duct enters into venous system. Venous, okay, at the junction point of, మరి ఏ వీనస్ సిస్టమ్ దగ్గరికి? అట్ ద జంక్షన్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ రైట్ సబ్క్లేవియల్ వీన్. at the junction point of at the junction point of right subclavial vein. Right subclavial right subclavial vein and internal jugular vein. Internal jugular. Okay, so ఇవి రాసుకోవడం మంచిది. ఓకే, లింప్ ఫ్రమ్ లెఫ్ట్ లింఫాటిక్ డక్ట్ అండ్ right lymphatic duct supplies into venous system at the junction point of right subclavial vein and internal jugular. Okay, so మరి ఏ పాయింట్ దగ్గర ఉన్నటువంటి వీనస్ సిస్టమ్ లోకి ఈ రెండు సప్లై చేస్తాయి? ఏ పాయింట్ దగ్గర ఉన్నటువంటి వీనస్ సిస్టమ్ లోకి ఈ రెండు సప్లై చేస్తారు దగ్గర. This one supplies lymph into at the junction point of right subclavian vein and internal jugular vein of venous system. ఓకే, సో ఈ పాయింట్స్ మీరు రాసుకుంటే చాలా మంచిది. ఆబ్జెక్టివ్ ఇట్లే లైన్ ఎత్తిస్తారు. ఓకే, సో దిస్ వన్ ఓకే. లెఫ్ట్ లింపాటిక్ డక్ట్ or calypherous duct supplies the lymph into venous system at the junction point of left internal jugular vein and left subclavian vein. This one oka bit idu okay. Okay, so left and right lymphatic duct supplies the lymph into venous system at the junction point of right subclavian vein and internal jugular vein. ఓకే, సో ఇంటర్నల్ జుగులార్ ఈ రెండింటి దగ్గర ఉన్నటువంటి వీనస్ సిస్టమ్ లోకి సప్లై చేస్తాయి ఈ రెండు. ఓకే, ఈ రెండింటి దగ్గర ఉన్నటువంటి వీనస్ సిస్టమ్ లోకి ఈ రెండు లింపును సప్లై చేస్తాయి. ఓకే, సో లెఫ్ట్ అండ్ రైట్ లింపాటిక్ డక్ట్ సప్లైస్ లింప్ ఇంటూ రైట్ సబ్క్లేవియల్ వీన్ అండ్ ఇంటర్నల్ జుగులార్ వీన్స్ ఆఫ్ వీనస్ సిస్టమ్. ఓకే, ఆ విధంగా రాసుకుంటే మీకు చాలా ఈజీగా ఉంటుంది. రైట్, ఇది ఒక బిట్, ఇది ఒక బిట్. ఓకే, కమన్ మా రాసుకోండి. ఒక బిట్, దిస్ వన్ ఒక బిట్. ఓకే, సో చాలా సార్లు రావడం జరిగింది. ఓకే, రైట్ ఈజ్ దీనికి సంబంధించిన డయాగ్రామ్స్ మీ బుక్ లో ఉండవమ్మా. ఓకే, సో ఐపీ బుక్ లో కానీ, ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ తర్వాత ఎన్సీఆర్టీ బుక్ లో కానీ ఉండవు. ఇవి కొంచెం రాసుకోవడం మంచిది. అయితే ఎన్సీఆర్టీ సిలబస్ లో ఇంత డెప్త్ గా లేదు, ఐపీలోనే చాలా నీట్ గా డెప్త్ గా ఉంది. ఈ రెండు బిట్స్ రాసుకోండి. ఓకే, రైట్.